Hello, everyone. It is 3:30 Eastern Time, and that means it's time for me to sing. My name's Rachael Kilgour. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming to the Fleming Fest. It's the best. We can go to a festival and just stay in our very own homes. I wanted to say thanks first off to Fleming for putting this together. They've been so sweet to work with all the time, but especially right now when a lot of artists are feeling a little confused about our role in the world and how we get our music into people's ears and how we make a living. So thanks to them. And if you get the chance, if you are able, check out their website, the flemingartist.com/FlemingFest, and donate if you can. I thought it started with an old one. Oh, hi, happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter to you. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again. There's a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a sigh that is wafted across the troubled way. 'Tis a well that is heard upon the shore. 'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the early grave. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around our cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. One thing I'm trying to get used to with these live streams is it takes a while when you first start performing to learn how to hold the end of a song, let the note fade, and let people applaud and give time before you try talking again. And now there's just silence. So I'm getting better at it. It might be weird to get back to the real thing eventually. How's everybody doing out there? Yes, it is Easter. Thank you for the Easter recognition. I was raised in the Catholic Church, though I no longer attend, and I have eaten a lot of egg-shaped candy today already. I hope you have too, regardless of your religious affiliations. I am coming to you live from Minnesota, Duluth, Minnesota. I got a view of Lake Superior out there and a big ship in the harbor. The thing about Minnesota is spring takes a really long time to show up. So while it is Easter time and in other places apple blossoms are blooming, I think we have snow in the forecast showing up pretty soon, and it's a cloudy, gross day, and I still have to wear my winter jacket. So it's bad news. I am, though, during this really weird time that we're all sitting in together, I've been trying to make the most of it, trying to slow down and be present and do all of the things I'm always a little too distracted to do. One of those things is gardening. I've been planting little seeds and trying not to kill them, and thinking about making bread. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but I've definitely pondered it. I've looked up a few recipes and gotten scared, so we'll see how that goes. I've been dreaming about a garden. I want to be the kind of girl who doesn't kill the garden. I want to pay the bills and still not kill the garden. I want to be successful. My love and my art wanna finish when I start. Successful, not the status, the wealth, but my passion, my health. Successful, heart of our nations, pride to never be satisfied. Why would you settle? Why would you crawl if you could have it all? I need a vacation from chasing my dreams. Don't we all need a vacation? I wanna write a good song, have long talks with my mom, with patience. Heart of our nations, pride to never be satisfied. Bigger and better and never enough. We want time with our families, but families would screw us up in the first place, with dreams of our futures, a job and a marriage resolved at the knee. Why would you settle? Why would you crawl if you could have it all? If you could have it all. I wanna be grateful. It's a hard thing to do in the United States, you know? It's like, it's part of what keeps us going. It's part of what keeps, I feel like it's the part of what keeps the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. Like this idea that if you're never satisfied, which I think rarely are we, there's always something you could buy to make it better. And I've been just astonished and feeling really blessed in a way by this moment that we're experiencing together, and how weird it feels to be at home, to not be spending my money on stuff I don't need, to be checking in regularly with my loved ones. I read a really great article recently about, there's so many great articles coming out, guys. There's so much to read, so much information, but there was a good one recently. I can't remember what site it was on, but it was talking about how as this lifts, if it lifts, hopefully it lifts, as this kind of shifts back and normal life ensues, that there's going to be a lot of push in order to get the economy back on track. to bring things back to normal, and that this is kind of pointing it out that what we perceive as normal is maybe not so normal and worth thinking about. I've been kind of grateful for that reminder, and the idea that I really need a lot less than I think I do. I have been great. I've been feeling grateful. That's definitely a word I've felt. A feeling I felt. I also felt utterly heartbroken and kind of anxious. I feel like I'm grieving in a really big way. But I also recognize that gratitude that I feel is such a privilege, and it comes hand in hand with the idea that I have a stable living situation. I have a support network should things go really bad. And yes, it's a difficult time financially for musicians. Again, visit Fleming Artists / Fleming Fest if you feel like supporting everybody who's been on today. It is a difficult time to be an artist, and most of my needs are met. I'm doing okay. And I think that this situation is really highlighting how bad it is for people, realizing what a large percentage of Americans are just squeaking by, are just making enough money to pay their monthly expenses, to pay their rent, get some groceries. And should they miss, a week even of work, it all falls apart. That's not a way to live. And I think we are being asked to look at that. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. This is the Beware of Gaslighting article. Yes. Everyone go read that. It's good. And resist when they tell us to go back to normal. One by one we fall in line to reach for the precious prize, to the promised land, singing yes we can. Stomachs bigger than our eyes, and it's yelled out loud, it's murmured low. There's a chance for you and me to have all we dreamed and even more it seems. Well, that's the curse of liberty. Welcome to America, the land of the rich and free, where hard work gets rewarded and money grows on trees, where it's rags to riches, baby. That's our story, and we are sticking to it. You don't make it big, can't claim the game is rigged, 'cause in America you manifest your own destiny. So stack the deck and deal a hand, and if your daddy's rich, every card you hold will be turned to gold for a white man and his tricks. And you start to think as you comb your hair and straighten out your tie, how the bottom few could be privileged to fade. Buckle down and try. Welcome to America, the land of the rich and free, where hard work gets rewarded and money grows on trees, where it's rags to riches, baby. That's our story, and we are sticking to it. You don't make it big, you can't claim the game is rigged, 'cause in America you manifest your own destiny. Tunnel vision makes you stronger. Narcissism is the way to get it. Don't you ever stop to wonder about the ones you had to pay to make your bed. When 99 we fall behind, well, one fool takes the prize, but we won't stay down forever. See it twitching in our eyes. A revolution is on its way, and there's nowhere to hide. All the yearnings that you've stolen, all your greed, all your pride. Welcome to America, the land of the filthy free, where hard work gets you nowhere and money is disease. It's rags to riches, baby, that's a tall tale, but we are sticking to it. 'Cause if you make it big, and even if the game is rigged, but in America you manifest your own destiny. In America, they say the rest is history. Something I'm recognizing with all of this live streaming is that, thanks, Pete, thanks for listening, is that I'm getting older and my eyesight isn't as good. I feel like I should have zoomed into the chat so I feel like I have to squint at you and read. Oh, hi, thank you for the claps and the hearts, everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I mean, it's an extraordinary moment, and it's really calling, I think, for some wealth redistribution, which I think is an easy thing to do at this moment. You know, if you happen to have been fortunate in the system as we knew it, now's the time to be generous. And I feel like that's definitely something, even though I don't have a lot to be generous with other than my tunes, it feels like in a moment when we're all feeling scared together, an easy thing to do for me. So I hope that you feel that somewhere inside of you too. Of course, along with fear comes the need to like protect what's yours and protect those close to you. But also I would recommend you look inside yourself a little bit and see what more there is to give. I know a lot of people are alone right now. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, so my mom's all alone in her house, and I just keep thinking of her there, like her and her Netflix just barely skating by, all alone in their house. No, I taught my mom how to Zoom, so that's exciting. She's been doing lots of stuff. She's got lots of phone calls to keep up with, and she's baking and everything. But I know being alone for such a long time would be challenging to me. But something at this moment that feels like more resonant is how challenging it is to live with another person. Perhaps you have felt that way. I am really lucky to have a partner and a house together that is a major fixer-upper. We've got lots of house projects to work on right now. And mostly we're driving each other absolutely insane. More than usual. That's not true. We're having a lot of really nice moments too. It's nice to be alone together. But I think we're all kind of alone with ourselves in a way, like without the distractions of daily life, alone with ourselves and alone with our partners, and just like having to come face to face with like how annoying it is to be a human, to compromise with other humans, which just goes to show I was right all along, and relationships are not as romantic as you think they are, and they're cool just the same. We were tiny young things when they filled our heads with love songs, the fable, romantic affair. Now we spend our days longing for that one true love to keep us from alone and lonely despair. fall for it hard. Yes, we play by the rules, so bewitched by the target, but how cruel it seems. Such an unforgiving dream we could set up for a crushing defeat. Tell me who measures up to the fantasies of fiction, who reads the thoughts in your head. Maybe love's ordinary, like patience and forgiveness, and taking turns making the bed. I'm a cynic these days, but I want to believe a more humble endeavor might still be worth working toward. Your dirty clothes all on the floor. Maybe romance is a hard-earned reward. Is it hope or delusion? Are we heroes or human? I've come to believe something in between. There you are, so imperfect. There you are, and it's clear. No, I don't have the words yet, but love sincerely, I am willing. What greater oath can an honest heart make? It's good. It's good to have a partner. Something nice about having your lovability reflected back at you. I'm going to sing you one more song. Oh no, I forgot to look at the set to know who's coming right after me. If someone from Fleming is on there, they can write it in the chat who to look forward to next, because, oops. There's a lot of great artists singing. Yesterday, if you missed them, sorry, but go find them on their web pages. And then today, I think until 7 p.m. Eastern time, there'll be music here from Fleming artists. So check us out. Go visit the website again if you want to see who's coming up next, or if you wanted to donate. I'm going to sing you one more song. It's one that I wrote about my dad, who was a construction worker, a contractor, self-employed contractor, who worked really hard physically for all of his life. And I wrote this song at the end of his life when he was facing Lewy body dementia. And oh, Christine Lavin, thank you. Yes, that's who's up next. So my dad had Lewy body dementia for a few years at the end of his life, and it was a tough go of it. But something that really struck me during that time was how unfair it felt that my dad, who I knew without a shadow of a doubt had worked so hard his whole life, and he didn't have much financially to show for it. And he didn't have many ways to provide for himself through that really difficult time. We had a difficult time figuring out, how to get him adequate health care. And, obviously that's something that's really present on my mind right now. I think we're kind of readjusting to this reality and recognizing like what it is that makes an essential worker. I love that this phrase essential worker is being thrown around, and it's describing people who work really hard and don't get paid a lot almost all of the time. It's describing nurses, it's describing grocery clerks, it's describing truck drivers and farmers. It's people who've worked really hard and don't really climb to the top, but without them, our system completely shuts down and people are harmed. And so I think really thinking about how we value work and how to do that more fairly seems like a good thing. I leave you with this. If I don't finish in time, Christine Lavin's up next. Hopefully I'll have a chance to say goodbye before signing off. Thanks so much for being here. My dad worked hard from the time he was young to win the respect of his father and love of his mom, and nobody had high hopes for the scrappy farm kid, and nobody loved a challenge like my man did. So with his hands and his sweat, with a hammer and a cigarette, long hours in the hot sun, he built a foundation, late for dinner every night, sunburning in that tide. In the end he seemed to do alright, 3 kids and a frugal wife. My dad worked hard, did yours work harder? Is that what his thriving investments brew? I'm not saying that he didn't learn the right to take it easy. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure my dad did too. He got the job done right, he couldn't call it lazy, and he wouldn't overcharge you, not like the big names did. He built a house from the ground up, round the numbers in his head. He'd make enough to feed the family, make it home to tuck me into bed, and he never gave up till his body gave in and his mind grew thin. And you never can tell how time will treat you. She's a great deceiver. But now he's home every night, he's home every day too. He needs help getting out of his chair and can't remember how to tie his shoes. I've been looking at the safety net, the one that's supposed to catch him when we can't afford the care he needs. And he worked his whole goddamn life. My dad worked hard, did yours work harder? That what a comfortable retirement proves. I'm not saying that he didn't learn the right to take it easy. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure my dad did too. Thank you all so much. Take care, stay healthy, check in with your neighbors, be a helper. And it's okay to feel sad and scared. Remember that we are humans after all, and everything is uncertain, but we can be kind to one another. Check out Christine Lavin. Check out the website, flemingartist.com/Fleming. Bye. Fest to find out more about the lineup or to contribute. Thanks again to Fleming for making this happen. And have a great Sunday, everyone.